good, dude.
Yeah,
Those pools though are messed up.
Yeah, I mean, if you just look at the players, JDCR, Meo-IL, Breadman, Caro, Saint, Knee, Chanel, Infested. These are the 8 players. We have the list here. It's gonna be crazy. We got on the right side, we've got the DRX Wrecking Crew in Infested, Knee, and Chanel. Yeah, Infested is one of the players that that's kind of come more recently on the scene, but got a sponsorship and is playing with the likes of Knee and Chanel, and of course there's Genuine Gaming Saint on there on the right side, and then Pool A, JDCR, KDF Meo-IL, which is Guangdong Freaks, if you guys can remember that, and Breadman and Caro. So we've got a mix of players that you guys have seen like a million times in tournament, and we have some players that generally you basically see in Korea or Korea tournaments, like Caro, Breadman, Infested. They don't travel as much, so we've got a good mix here. So Rixta, I mean, what matches are you most excited about? What do you want to see in this crazy stack tournament?
It's weird because I feel like there's a very there's like a few storylines, obviously, right? The JDCR pool is him versus 2D, and then Breadman. And Breadman, I want to say he's kind of the newer Tekken 7, like he's like old new, because I've seen him playing since the beginning of Tekken 7. I don't know if he's necessarily played that much prior to that, but he's played a ton of characters throughout that, right? Claudio. Right now he's on the Leroy hype, and so JDCR's character pool is him versus Geese, Akuma, Leroy. Those 3 have had their history in this Tekken scene. Each one has had their own little chapter, right? So JDCR is going up against every single one of those chapters. Saints pool, he has to go up against these guys now that are known as let me get this right, Dragon X Vision Strikers squad, now formerly Rock Dragon, now they're Vision Strikers, Dragon X, yes. Knee, Chanel, Infested. So he's going up against a squad that already knows how to, they've played with each other, right, a ton, and they've been going out to these tournaments, big tournaments, and doing well. So, and Saint, I know he's played those guys a ton. So it's like he has to know that, they all know how he plays. He knows how they play. So what can you bring new to the table today, right? It's just, I don't know. I have no idea who's going to make it out of these pools, and that's what is exciting to me.
Yeah, and one thing to point out, I mean, yeah, these players have been playing each other forever. Tekken 7's been out for quite a while now, but at this point in the late stages of these games, you end up picking up a lot of characters, right? So compared to the beginning, where JDCR was just rocking Dragunov like pretty much like consistently, and now he's playing Armor King, and he has a plethora of characters now. Same with I think at this point, pretty much every one of these players has pocket characters, multiple characters, except maybe not Caro. Caro is an Akuma player, but what are you gonna do about Akuma players, right?
Yeah, it's hard to have a secondary because when you play Akuma, like speaking from experience, you kind of get into a weird mindset where switching on and off. If you can do it, it's your Knee. That's it. If you can do it, you're Knee. If you're not Knee, you can't do it. And it's like. That's why but if you're going to be an Akuma player, you have to be an Akuma player through and through. And also, from what I hear, Caro's a hitbox player too. So, interesting, nice little branch out. Korea Tekken players, I've always associated immediately with Korean joysticks and, the mass appeal of so many variations of Korean joysticks. So to know that there's a guy out there in Korea playing with the hitbox is kind of cool, kind of interesting.
Yeah, I mean, hitboxes are getting more and more popular out here in Korea as well. What's kind of interesting is this is a region where a lot of people play on keyboard, right? They'll play on, they'll go to PC box and just play on keyboards. That's why how they do those, easy electrics, and you look at the inputs online, and you're like, oh, this guy's cheating. Oh no, he's just playing on keyboard. He's getting the perfect input. But yeah, and because of that, people want to play in tournaments and stuff. So it seems like button-based controllers are the way to go.
Wow, so here you see all the stats here from Meo-IL. Tekken 6 BR is pretty surprising. That's a pretty early Tekken to start with. I think that's around the same time Saint might have started in as well. And those players, those are not real names, or those are like the hardest names, because I've never heard of those guys. So
whoa,
that's cool. I want to know who T.Killer DX is. That guy, I respect that name.
BJ Kevin up. BJ in Korea means broadcast jockey. It's kind of like streamer. So if,
Oh
if
yeah,
you're
yeah,
like
yeah.
BJ Gerald would be streamer Gerald, so that's might be a streamer. Yeah, I'm not sure. Not familiar with those players, but I am familiar with sushi, which is apparently his favorite food.
Well,
Had
I'm
some
familiar with the
yesterday.
characters he loves, which are both True Ogre and obviously his main Geese. But see here Breadman starting with tag 2. Leroy is his favorite character now, and Breadman has been a kind of one of those characters players that's jumped around different characters since the beginning, right? He was a Claudio main at the beginning, and then you've seen him jump around so many characters. He had a Claudio at some points, but now Leroy seems like the main, and I think that's a good start. To have a character like Leroy be your favorite. That's a good favorite character to have because he is very, very strong.
His favorite food is tteokbokki, which is a Korean rice cake food. Just so you guys,
I've had it
just so you
before.
guys know. You've had it before. Okay, oh, that's right. West Coast is actually eating that stuff. Huh.
We got tons of Korean food out here, but
Okay.
I had to make it because I wanted to try it. And well, I don't know if it's good. I don't know if I made it good enough, but it was good enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not my favorite food, but it's some people really like it. Anyways, yeah. So we've got a lot of killers here. I mean, we talk about Breadman. A little. I think I saw Breadman playing abroad a little bit. I think he went to Evo Japan, and
Right,
he did some damage
he's
there.
Yeah, he's had some good overseas success, but obviously if you don't travel as much, especially not like to the big major tournaments all over the world, you might not be so well known. But Breadman's one of those players that even though he hasn't really traveled a ton, he's traveled enough where I think he has a lot of people that recognize him as a great player. Because he's made these top 8s at major tournaments. He's kind of made top 8 in Korean tournaments like consistently throughout the year. So he's always been that big threat. And I mean, it was obviously, someone like Saint respected him enough to say, I put him in that pool because I lose to him. So put him over there.
Yeah.
Like there was no like trickery around that. It was no, I think, I put him over there because I lose to him. So that's like the best compliment you can get.
Yeah, and so we've got I guess in terms of in 2D characters, I mean we've got Kara, we've got Geese's. I think Nee has been playing Geese as well. Of course, we saw it at Red Bull and everything, but it's so hard to tell like what who Nee is going to play. It might be somebody completely different this tournament, but yeah, really excited to see what will come today.
Yeah, I think our first matchup we will have Mel versus Breadman. So I assume we're gonna see Leroy versus Geese, which is a pretty interesting match right off the bat. The beginning of the Tekken Online Challenge for the Korea region will be represented by Geese, Howard, and Leroy. So pretty interesting. I feel like that round robins are stressful because you don't necessarily know what your result of this match will have an effect later on, right? Because this one match right here could be the key point of you making out of the pools or not, and you don't know that at this exact moment, So that's scary.
Yeah.
So you have to play it like you're in losers finals, But sometimes you don't think like that, and so round robin's also a little different too because you have to play everyone once. So it's a tough mental to go through.
Yeah, definitely. There's going to be, I mean, it's hard to keep up, right? With double elimination brackets, you can just kind of be like, oh, how many times do you lose? Twice? Okay, you're out. But yeah, here it's kind of a little more to keep up with. But yeah, after we get the top 2 of each pool, Pool A and Pool B, those top 2, which will be a total of 4 players, they'll go to a more familiar double elimination format, which they're going to be playing in a best of 5. I believe first to 3 best of 5. So yeah, we do have both. We have round robin and we have the more familiar double elimination leading up to the grand finals. So that should be awesome.
Yeah, and speaking of those, just the way they pick the pools, right? And you saw how the first pick, JDCR sent Nee straight over to Saint's pool. And I think everyone understood. And, you understand why. I think if Saint was in that position, he would do the same, right? But
yeah,
it's just like I liked his response of, I want to play him in grand finals.
Yeah.
JDCR writes storybooks for a living, huh? He wants to make a fairy tale.
He's a writer.
I listen. I'm all for it. I'm reading it right now.
Yep. All right, we've got Leroy, the Tekken style character with all these options versus Geese, your 2D character for today.
Mm-hmm. Twilight Conflict, here we go. Oh, ooh, it's flying too close to the sun.
Yeah, that was a cool sound. Whoa, this stage is looking pretty cool, and that plane is.
I'm worried about all these noises in the background.
Oh, okay, here we go.
Nice.
Yeah. Man, how many times is that plane gonna circle?
he's waiting too. He's like, let's get this started already.
Round 1.
Yeah.
Here we go. Breadman versus Meo. I feel
Yeah.
like I'm saying that like I'm mashing the 2 syllables up as one.
Oh.
Counter hit, but no bad trade here.
Just feeling each other out right now. You can tell. Trying to get in the groove, poking each other.
Yeah, neither wants to take a big risk because counter hits will basically win you the entire round for either character.
Yeah. Ooh. Oh, down 4 there. No counter. Oh, he walked into that.
Yeah, he just walked in. I think he was like, "Oh, you're not swinging still." Bart Simpson stays swinging.
They call that Feng move the Bart Simpson in Chile, apparently.
Oh, nice.
Alright.
Oh, jumping. Wow,
puts
getting
him at the
some
ground.
counter hits there.
Whoa, here we go.
Needed that, gets dug into the launcher. This
The wall carry? Oh, it gets it?
Yes!
Oh, and that kills.
Round
Yeah, I thought he was gonna
Breadman
have
up
to break
2
the wall to kill, but
Fight.
didn't even need it. Yeah, up 2 rounds here. Breadman looking good. Players just posturing for position there. I think they both just trying to get that good spot.
Yeah. Counter hit to the wall.
An early advantage here. That damage too.
KO.
Nice. I love the pokes here. You know, Geese as a 2D character, his jab and down forward 1 is such a strong move, just in a Tekken sense.
Yeah.
Not a 2D jab.
Sometimes all you need. Yeah.
Yeah.
Throw out the garbage. And a fireball for your trouble.
Ooh. That was a crunchy low hit. I've never seen Geese respond like that.
Yeah. And still, you know, playing this hit and run, just jabs and look at this. Dwindling his health away.
Very slow play, but it's so strong right now, especially because he does have 3 meters. That's a huge, huge plus here.
Oh, magic stick comes out.
Too.
Yep.
Oh, the launch. If he can get the kill with
Guy with
sidewall,
3 bars. Ooh, we got him with this tracking move. Oh man.
Man, and the tracking move too. He was right up against the wall, and it still spun him. It didn't actually give it the wall splat, so he almost got robbed there. But you know, played it patient there. Nice job, right? Breadman.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you know, when you get somebody at the wall and you know they're in trouble, they kind of want to like sidestep out of there, right? They want to get out of that situation, and sometimes you just gotta, you know, keep them in there with the tracking moves on wake up. So yeah, good call out there. But man, does it suck to die with a ton of resources? I mean, it's coming from a 2D player. I mean, it's like winning the lottery and dying like the next day.
Trust me, as someone who spent all of his meter about to die in a very clutch situation, I looked at that meter and I said, I'm not gonna die with that meter. I'm spending it. Yeah, you can't. It's not as easy for Geese to spend it as it is for an Akuma to spend it, but yeah, that hurts because that's a lot of resources that could have. Not only if he had won that last round, 3 meters or even 2 meters going into that final round could easily win him the game. So
yeah,
3 meters and death is rough.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, also you don't want to go around just spending it just because you have a lot of meter either. I mean, that's not wise play either. So yeah, I mean, it's tough.
So sometimes I feel like a lot of Geese players nowadays, though, they don't even let the bar get to past 1. Like as soon as it hits 1, they spend it. You know.
Yeah.
I think some players are willing to sit on it, but we'll see what the adjustment here is. But you got the Akuma stage now, nice and big.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, so I guess in the loading time, it just replays these. It just keeps on showing different parts of the stage. Okay. Cool. dramatic intro.
Round one.
Fight.
Fight.
Back into this best of 3 here. So Breadman wants to win this next match to go up 1-0 in the round robin sets.
Ooh, goes for hell sweep there. All right, getting a little bit more nasty.
Oh, thought he could step
He did
around
step
that.
in.
I thought so too.
Yeah, I thought it
wasn't far
that was
enough.
crazy. Mix up, low.
Breadman with the position,
Breadman with
trying to
rage.
get. Oh, and the rage is.
Oh, he stayed on the ground
Smart
there. Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, smart stuff from Breadman though to recognize that, knowing that he wasn't going to get
Yeah.
up into a mix-up, so he just said, "I'll take the free damage."
Ooh, miss parry
Yeah,
attempt.
Very nice.
Yeah. Oh, caught him stepping again.
Yeah, back three's level. Yeah, look at the damage.
Oh, he got the orbital this time.
Oh my god, that combo was gonna be sick.
Oh, magic stick pretty early on.
Expecting real fast.
Out of there. But still at
Listen. Yeah, doesn't break the throw yet again. That's the second time he's been thrown in the set like that, but. Good deterred from it.
Buken. Wow, just not too much commitment right now. They're tied up in rounds. Nobody wants to give anything away.
Yeah. I think Breadman recognizes too that if he gets hit once, you know, it's a Geese combo. He might be dead. So
Yeah,
he's got a little patient.
that meter. Yeah. Very careful.
At the same
right
time, I think that's the reason why, you know, you see patience from both players.
What?
Right? And neither of them are willing to take those risks.
now. Meo-IL just stepping, dodging everything. Okay, breaks the throw. Oh, Breadman, and this 13 seconds left on the clock. Something has to happen here. Breadman.
KO.
Oh,
The
nice.
shotgun punch.
Round four.
One injured, doesn't get it.
Meo knows this time. All right, gets the launch.
That was a nice
damage
whip
here.
punish too.
Oh, punches him on the
Yeah,
ground
that's it.
again
Breadman.
and again. Okay. Oh,
Tried
hits
it
the wall
twice,
flat.
though.
When he gets to the wall again, no.
Punch. Nice the position here from Oil.
Meo-IL in rage. 3 bars a meter. Oh, and just
3 bars a
throws
meter
him.
again. What?
Oh, oh, blocks the rage drive. Oh, and he gets him counter hit. Was that a down 4?
Yeah, that was. He hit him with the down 4 because Breadman tried to do down 1+2 to try to keep, you know, his pressure going. Right, he backed up, sidestepped a little bit, wanted to get the down 1+2, keep him blocking, but that's the reason why he swung back, hit him with that counter hit down 4 to close it out. Man, it's weird, right? It's a very patient game, and then it's just burst of offense immediately. Like as soon as one person gets a hit in, it's downhill from there. So that's crazy.
Yeah,
Like, they're
yeah.
willing to play so patient up until that point where they both are just like, all right, quick draw, and then and then they both just
Yeah.
fire every bullet.
Yeah, you see this kind of the pacing of the matches. Like you have top players, a lot of them will play conservative at the beginning, and then they'll start opening each other up slowly, and then as the games go on, it starts becoming a slugfest. And I don't know if this next game we'll see something like that. So yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's the way these games have been going. It's definitely been just very, very patient. The fact that we're seeing multiple 3-bar Geese moments here, like pretty crazy. Because I'm like, I feel like I'm looking at the match like very intensely, and then all of a sudden I look down and Geese has 3 bars, and I'm like, how did he get that so quickly?
Yeah. All right, we are here at the Mishima
Dojo.
Dojo. Yeah.
That's a big choice here, especially because the stage is so small. So both players are gonna just have just tons of amounts of damage potential, you know.
Yeah.
But and Breadman chose the stage too, which is the crazy part to me. Because if I'm the Geese player, I love this. But maybe Breadman's okay with it too. Maybe he loves it as a Leroy player.
Round
Yeah.
one.
Well, he could definitely benefit from wall damage.
Oh, for sure. And maybe honestly, I think it's less about the damage and more about the positioning, being able to just keep his back to the wall.
Yeah. All right, trading pokes again. Oh, there you go. Gets the first knockdown. Oh, he's backing off. Wow, that movement. Oh, nice block.
Oh, that wasn't a counter hit, dude. That was unfortunate.
Yeah.
And the low.
That's such a call out.
Fight.
That's something you do like the first day Leroy comes out, just to say that you did it and then forget that he has it.
Yeah. Programmers have to change the animation to remind you.
The only people that do that are real Leroy mains.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Just got him at the wall. Meo-IL. Look at this positioning.
And
Oh.
Breadman got caught, just moving, stepping, not sure what, but he got hit.
Yeah. That's that Mishima Dojo small stageness.
What a
Parry
low parry though. Breadman needed this.
Oh, the safe launcher. Block. Oh, down 4 counter hit.
KO.
That down 4 counter hit has
Round
been
3.
amazing for Meo-IL right now. He's been doing it so much, and it's been
Yeah.
hitting so much.
It erases life bars, that move. With meter?
And the thing is, it's a hard call out too. He's not like continuing the string or anything. He's just doing it just by itself because it's either, you know, he's using it as just a regular poke, and if it launches as a counter hit, fine.
Alright. Got a bar. Threatening. Ooh, okay, nice punish there.
He did that. Breadman here needs his positioning. Nice. And commitment on the
beautiful.
duck,
Yeah. Yeah, like you said, the commitment on that duck, like lesser players would have gotten up with an early punish and gotten hit.
The other thing too is that Breadman hasn't really been using that poke so much, so you know that was just a good call out.
Yeah. Just trading pokes still, taking it a little slower.
Heavy game here, but Breadman trying to get the wall positioning here.
Oh.
Wow!
Man.
Sick. All out there. For the mid this time, because he got called out on low parry.
Double Rupuken.
Ooh, good throw break.
Yeah.
You did that.
Breadman
He was
needs
doing
to
it.
win this round.
All right, everyone break throws.
Yeah.
That's a good step, but did it punish?
Yeah. Oh, and that's going to be 2-1 Meo-IL taking the first game of this tournament. Yeah, so it's first to 2 in this round robin set. So Meo-IL
Yes.
takes it over Breadman. Yeah.
So Breadman now down 0-1. That's painful because you know now obviously both these players still know that they have 2 more matches to go, but you know with having a 1-game advantage at least all behind you, you know that all right, if I can at least lose one and be even, you know, but and round robin is just crazy overall. I don't like it because even while as a player during it, it's like you're like, am I gonna win or lose? And you're calculating all the things in your head, and then someone with the calculator who's way smarter than us or definitely checking the scores and making sure that everything's right because we don't know.
Yeah, and also like on top of that, like sometimes like you're actually rooting for another player to lose so that you can advance,
hate
right?
that.
So it's you have this weird thing, and then like I remember like in the World Cup, like I think like Korea beat some other team, and like Mexico loved Korea because of that. There's like, oh, it's our favorite country now. We love them, and like
Creates weird alliances all of a sudden.
yeah. I guess that's part of the fun, though.
Yeah, for
Awesome.
sure. So you see here, this is the updated regional final pools here. So we just have that one match behind us. Obviously, though, we're gonna have the next match. I believe is gonna be JDCR versus, I believe it's Karo, or is it?
Yeah, that's
Kuro?
Karo's correct. Yeah,
Karo.
It's Karo. Yeah.
What-
It's
What's the 2? What's the
3
2
was
there?
2
It's
mainstream, so he went with the 2. 2, yeah.
Oh,
That's the most hipster spelling of Karo. 3 was too obvious. But
Alright.
but yeah. Oh, it's
I mean,
JDCR and Karo
that-
playing next, actually. Speaking of
yes,
Karo.
and that's gonna be a good one. You heard JDCR. He allowed Karo to be in his pool, right? Because he had to choose between Infested or Karo, and he just said, he put Infested into Saint's pool, and you heard him afterwards. Like it sounded like he was struggling with that, like he didn't want to do that, but. Oh man, look at this.
Ooh.
JDCR. Which player do you respect? Aggressive players.
Whoa, aggressive players, man.
Everyone
Okay,
now sees that and they're gonna start wave dashing online. Like JDCR loves me.
Yeah. But yeah, I think maybe what he means by that is, maybe he feels the aggressive players are the most threatening, right? So, it's sometimes a type of opponent that you respect. and
JDCR,
and more than
JDCR's
anything
not
else,
even the aggressive type.
No, yeah.
He's the calculated evil type, the one that beats you up real bad.
Yeah. And I see it like I see him play some casuals, and he, like you were saying, like he's kind of the calculating, like the lawful evil type, where he's you see him like do things like he'll just stand still like at a moment because he's like, oh, I don't need to move. Moving is unnecessary right now, and he can just stand still. It's so intimidating, and it's so fun to watch JDCR play because nobody really plays quite like him. And of course, this is Kero, the hitbox Akuma King, Super
Wow.
Akuma. So we've got Akuma Pride here, and paying his respects to one of the best Akuma players, the Pioneers. Yeah,
They both raised their hitboxes in the air. I mean, the fact that he's been playing since DR is quite some time, right? 2006. That's a long time. He can't be that old. He's got it like 2006. He must have been.
Yeah,
10?
I mean, maybe he wasn't serious, and maybe he was just playing in arcades as a kid. I mean, I played when I was like, I played like, other games when I was like 10 also, but not seriously. And then later you get more competitive, so maybe that's how he says he started.
I mean,
or maybe he's a giant fraud.
Being pepperoni, the food being pepperoni pizza leads me to believe that he's still pretty young. I mean, pepperoni pizza's good. But pepperoni pizza can't be your favorite because pepperoni pizza is already like mid tier.
Yeah, well,
like,
at a certain point you have to
put other stuff on it.
Yeah. At a certain point you have to up the toppings, right? So you got to move to like mushrooms on top. Like I like pepperoni and mushrooms, right? But if you stick at pepperoni, that's definitely like you haven't gotten past a certain level. So, I mean, at least it's not cheese, right? Oh man, I hope it didn't offend anyone.
I mean, at least pepperoni pizza is a good start though. That's a good base.
Yeah.
That's a good foundation. It's like if you're gonna start your Tekken career, you start with a good foundation. He started with Korean backdash. He started with the pepperoni pizza.
And he's playing Akuma now.
See, his toppings out real. Yeah. His toppings out real funky, real fast. He started
traditional
with pepperoni
jumping
pizza.
And traditional air fireballs. Traditional Tekken air fireballs.
Cuts his pizzas in squares. Oh no, what are you doing?
Yeah, we can talk about Akuma because we play, right? So.
I mean, I love watching Akuma now, especially because, to be honest, I haven't been an Akuma player, I would say, about 2 years, ever since Ganryu came out. So watching Akuma and the way he's being played now, it's kind of interesting because, a lot of the tools that I had, these players don't have, right? Forward, not being a counter hit launcher anymore is, for me, like, devastating, right? But for these Akuma players that are still playing, it's like, no big deal. They manage, because they recognize that Akuma, outside of everything, is still such a strong character.
Yeah. Well, it looks like JDCR is going with the Dragunov pick. Probably feels like this is the right pick for the matchup. Ooh, going for down 2 immediately and a counter hit.
Messed with the wall standing 4, but I definitely think this is the right choice here. JDCR, not only is the Dragunov pick a good pick matchup-wise, but JDCR's Dragunov seems to just have a good read on Akuma's. Like
what a block there on the sweep. Yeah.
Yeah, that was having some experience against JDCR, it just feels like sometimes you feel like, this will hit for sure, this sweep, and it never hits.
Yeah. Wow, and the classic 100% launch.
Nice.
JDCR, looking like JDCR right now.
It's bad news for Kero.
Oh, jumps out of there. Wow, he doesn't even let him like do anything. He jumped out of there and like, no, I'm gonna stuff your sweep.
And that's a situation too where Akuma players generally have the advantage. JDCR took a risk there, but he won because he recognized that he was gonna, be quicker in that situation than Kero was.
Yeah, and that forward 3, one of the best tools that Akuma has. If you get sidestepped, it can get punished pretty badly. CBM taught me that, or showed me.
And Kero's, he's trying, he's using it still just to close the distance. Oh, that's a great punish to back down too.
Oh no, he drops the combo. Oh,
got a good punish though.
Yeah.
Not out of this yet.
Yeah.
It's still JDCR.
Being aggressive.
Can't keep blocking.
Running too. Oh, he kind of do jump up there. I think maybe a misinput or something.
Yeah, probably a missed sidestep or something like that, trying to bait maybe a forward 3. But nice. There we go. Kero now with the real punish.
Yeah, and now he's getting the combo. Are we gonna see some fancy Oki here?
Or an extra jab
Ooh.
there, try to go for a stand
Yeah.
too. Not sure what that was gonna do. Maybe misread the wall, or maybe had a setup for a no tech, but nice! JDCR just swinging. Oh,
Wall
nice!
splat. Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
You
That
can't
was
press
such a
buttons
great...
against JDCR. Oh, he's trying to get out of the corner, and JDCR like, no, you may not leave.
Oh!
And the call
I
out.
go
Yeah.
get up. I've seen that one before.
Wow. Yeah.
I've seen that before. Yeah.
Yeah.
Final
The cheeky,
round.
yeah, being minus frames, but like, yeah, do the rage.
That's the only way you can use his rage art, though, right? You have to, his rage art is not a reactionary rage art like other characters. You have to kind of set it
Yeah.
up.
Exactly.
Nice.
Oh, launch. And JDCR are so good at that. Stepping and launch punishing.
Yeah, that's a specialty of his. And again, with the wall pressure, this looks like a rerun.
Ooh. Oh, here's a sweep.
That's sweep,
Cannot
though.
sidestep that sweep. Oh, blocks
Man,
that
but
low.
look at...
Wow.
Oh, he
here's
got
chance.
jumped in on, though.
Oh my god. Oh, yes.
Oh my god, is he
He's
dead?
gonna get to the wall.
Almost.
Oh no, not quite, not quite. Oh. Oh. Just a sliver left. Oh. You did not. No. Oh man. Oh, it's so tense.
That
You
was
never let
incredible.
JDCR alive. You never let him alive. I mean, not that he let him alive there, but like he was trying to get that wall combo. He could have
He
finished it off if
tried.
he just got a little. Yeah, if he got a little more wall carry and he got into demon, then yeah, he
Yeah.
could have won it. But he just wasn't in range. I think he maximized his wall carry. Just wasn't
As
starting
hard
the
as he
line.
could, yeah. He extended that last jab, like that last jab was like, ooh, that might
Yeah.
be tough, and he went for it still, right? Yeah, that's also
Yeah.
true though, right? If he the only way he could have won there is if he had extended the wall combo far enough to hit the wall, and then he demons and grabs them before they touch the ground, right? But
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
asking a lot in a high pressure situation on a risk too, because there's no guarantee that he would have won. But man, JDCR playing it, very patient, right? He was up 2 games, and those two rounds looked super solid, right? Very patient, sidestepping, whip punishing. And he still did the same things in the rounds that he lost. It's just that Kero just got those 1 or 2 instances of just getting the right punish or the right read and getting the damage.
Yeah,
So-
and that's the story of Akuma, right?
Mm-hmm.
Top Akuma players, they have to look for that right moment to just unload and do that crazy amount of damage. And those moments at this level, they're not super frequent because it's hard to get that moment. But once it happens, yeah, your life bar is just completely erased.
And I think JDCR, I think the one thing you mentioned was how you can't step the sweep. I think that's what JDCR is kind of using to his advantage, right? He's allowing himself to almost sometimes get swept, so that when he does step and Kero sees it, it's like, oh, I should sweep here because he can't step it. That's when he's blocking low. It's like, I saw that because I made you
mind
do that,
game.
Yeah, there's really instances of things like that, and it sucks because as a Akuma player at times you're like, that's all I got. I understand the pain.
Oh, nice punish there. And of course, the Akuma can do 10 frame cancel punishes.
Man, it's just non-stop with the side steps from JDCR.
Yeah.
He's getting a ton of whiffs.
Yeah. Oh, Kero, life deficit, no meter yet. Oh, he's got it. Fishing for the kill right now. Ooh. He's poking him to death. Kero just hit one opportunity. Oh, and a big whiff.
Yeah, I think he was
back
hoping
two.
JD was going to try to come in closer or something, but...
Yeah. Oh, that's so violent, that low parry. Oh.
Nice wall, jumping 3-2.
Oh, blocks a sweep, but wall kind of saves him. Oh, here we go.
Right.
Gets him with the down 3. Wall carry.
Oh, missed the dash.
Drops the combo.
Nice save, though. Red Fireball does make it safe. Back 2's coming out from Kero. Trying to maybe get him.
Yeah.
Oh,
down
just
two
stopping
again.
him from
No.
stepping, but
Round 3.
JD looked super strong here.
Yeah, running away with this. Kero looking like he's in trouble. Oh, didn't quite get the punish. All right, here we go.
Kero was in this position last time. I remember he did make that little comeback, so he definitely still possible. Needs to keep JD in this corner. And Got lucky though. JD could have launched bad.
Yeah, the focus attack a little bit late there. Gets punished.
Yeah.
Oh,
Got low into the finishing
man.
the string.
You win.
Yeah, that was
The
that was
classic.
dominant. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it felt like the round scale one where it's just like I blocked something I really needed to block, and I punished it as hard as I could, and I kind of barely won, you know. But when JD won,
Yeah.
it was dominant. It felt like first of all, JD in that mid range stepped everything. It was like everything
Yeah.
that could have been stepped, he stepped, and then when he needed to block the low, that's when he did. So his defense in that matchup was incredible.
Yeah, and you know, this is one of the things about you know, playing against Akuma is if you can kind of you know, stop them from doing their demon flip shenanigans. You know, teach them like I'm going to jab, punish this, I'm going to launch, float punish this. Then you basically limit the options that Akuma has, and you know, you saw that Kara was playing with a much more limited tool set than maybe in some other matchups. So good stuff to JDCR there.
He definitely, the one thing I noticed that he definitely was not he's a very grounded Akuma player, not jumping a ton, right? He did jump when he lost that first game, but other than that, he's been a fairly grounded Akuma player. So I think JD kind of makes you like that too, because if you start jumping, he's gonna be willing to poke you a lot, and you know, Dragunov in general is a very decent character against Akuma, and I think JD was just very on top of that. So look good, and I think JD is definitely going to be coming back next, and he's gonna get a dose of another 2D action.
Ooh, all right, we're going through the 2D gauntlet. Yeah, right.
Hey, tell me about this
back.
army soup. I've heard so much about it.
Army soup is a pudechige, which is historically, I think it was kind of when the U.S. military was in South Korea. I think they basically had all these weird ingredients that the Koreans never saw, and the Koreans were just like, oh, let's just put all this stuff in a pot and like see what happens. And it's basically like, it's like ramen with like it's a base ingredient, and then there's like, you know, like spam and like slices of cheese and like, you know, like typical American ingredients. And then like it became such a big thing in Korea. Now there's like restaurants that only serve that in Korea. So it's like yeah, so
man, it's so awesome just to hear spam as like a just an ingredient.
yeah. All right, yeah, you know, these players, you know, this is the thing about the Korea region, right? There are players that we don't know, you know, that are just like, you know, underground players that are very strong, but they almost never have like a presence. Maybe they don't come out to play, but yeah, there's a lot. And actually Meo-IL is kind of one of those players that like, he never really got a chance to leave Korea somewhere. I mean, he went to Evo Japan that one time, the final one, before everything happened, and he proved himself there, but that was about it. I think he got like 9th or something, I want to say, but I think if we were doing more tournaments abroad internationally, I think more people would know about him. But I think you know, a lot of the viewers now at this point, you know about Meo-IL and his Geese. It's just we haven't seen those. We haven't seen the chicken mirror match. I know a lot of people have been, you know, requesting that and stuff. And you know, hopefully we can get to that.
I mean, that's gonna be I mean, we're all just kind of waiting for it, right? Just hoping that once everything gets back together, right, we can finally see, you know, all the region. I want every region, because, you know, I've seen a lot of, you know, not just from Korea and Japan and America, Europe, right? I've also done commentary earlier last year for, you know, the South America region as well. And you know, Southeast Asia has a crazy, you know, region. So like, just being able to see all these like strong regions play against each other, as well as, you know, so that we can just dream, right? It's about like, who's the best?
Yeah.
And then eventually, we're gonna see it one day. We're gonna see it. That's the exciting part right now. We're kind of building up these weird storylines, you know, just like, is it really Japan's game still? Like, that's the kind of story.
Yeah, it's like you know, like online's not the same as offline, and so there is a building up of story. For sure, and it's gonna all come out one day. But yeah, we are here in the Lydia stage. I guess we get a little extra peek at this beautiful stage. I actually, you know, being quarantined and stuff, I actually prefer this stage because it kind of feels like you're on vacation.
I don't like it
Does.
because it reminds me of getting sand in my shoes, and I dislike that.
Oh,
Round
oh
one.
man.
It's like when I'm watching
Okay.
him fight on the sand. I'm like, take off your shoes at least before you get in there.
All right.
JDCR rocking the
Oh.
Armor King though, the
Yes.
classic, right? I think I
Yeah.
like that from JD. You know, I like the fact that he's now playing both characters kind of at a high level again. I always felt like
Yes,
he kind
yes.
of shunned one for the other, but now it's,
Yeah, they're not-
They're both equals.
It's hard to say like pocket character at this point.
Yeah, they're both in the pockets. Yes.
Oh, that's what I think of your wave dash, says Moyo. It's that counter hit. Oh. And this bottom portion of the stage, the sand part, much bigger. Oh, and the down
Counter hit,
four,
down
counter hit,
four,
yeah,
yet
the classic.
again.
The Moyo
He's
still
been getting
without
that
meter.
a ton.
Oh, where are you sidestepping? Oh. Nice low parry here, but 10 seconds left on the clock. Is he gonna go into rage? No. 5
use the
seconds
rage
left, something has
first.
to happen.
Will they
Oh.
use the rage? They won't.
Round two. Fight.
Then you know that was actually a very strong round for Mil, just because also he spent the meter, but didn't get spent, so he still has that meter for this round. Wow, he went for a high
Sound
counter.
effect. Oh, he tried to. Yeah.
That's actually not a natural combo on a croucher, I
Huh.
guess. That was weird.
Ooh, crotch punch. Crotch punch is so good. Yeah, a lot of respect. These two players. A nice duck on that punch.
Yeah, you see that. Both of these players are just trying to fight for that position, right? They don't want to stay in that corner. JDCR moved his way out of there, but now down to 15 seconds yet again. This is gonna be this fight, huh?
Yeah.
They're gonna go down to the
Yeah,
final
yeah.
5 seconds every round.
Yeah. Break on the throw. 3 seconds. Oh, raging
That's
storm. Okay.
actually.
Oh, was that checkmate?
Round
He spent
three.
both.
might have
He
been
spent both meters to win that round because not only did he get
Yeah.
JDCR to block that for chip damage, but it killed a ton of time.
Wow.
Because when you block that
That-
too,
that-
you're in this weird pushback, and you gotta stand there for much longer
Yeah.
than you want to.
It was expensive, but he is up 2 rounds now.
Yeah, definitely worth it. And they got the mid counter.
And this one, the mid one, does so much. Oh,
Ooh, and nice step into the punish too.
yeah. Moyle here, just putting on the pressure. JDCR needs to make something happen. Ooh, and a no-round Brown against JDCR
Yeah, no.
Moyle. What a strong start.
Those down jabs seemed like they were causing a lot of havoc for JDCR, right? Because Mo kept doing down jab or wall standing ones, and it was just a lot of. It felt like he just kept them out with that, and then, I mean, using the meter there in that second round to secure it when it was getting real close, right? And he knew that I need to win this round, so let me spend the meter, get him to block it, get him to take that block damage, and he can't retaliate because he's already, the time's over, right? That was so smart, so smart. So
Yeah.
using
Yeah, just having
using
a-
his resources well.
Yeah, just having a guaranteed win, like a situation where you can, this is the idea of like chip kills and stuff. Sometimes you have to spend meter to win the round. It really paid off there, and I think there's psychological advantage to being up 2 rounds in those situations, and definitely in that third round, Moyle just steamrolled JDCR. So we're gonna have to see how JDCR adjusts to the situation. I don't think there's gonna be a character switch, but definitely, yeah, Moyle playing so strong.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe a stage switch here with probably infinite stage, possibly. I don't know. I really don't know how JDCR looks at, how he'll
Yeah.
retaliate in this situation. So, pretty excited
Yeah.
to see.
Yeah, he's not like Chanel like always shoots infinite stage. Like that's like his thing. But okay.
Straight up just goes
are
random stage.
Random. Yeah. Okay. JDCR doesn't care. I've seen him do this. Yeah, I like it too.
And sometimes people are just in that mentality of don't care. Just keep hitting the button until make me fight you. I'll just smash.
Yeah, I'm good at all stages.
Round one. Fight.
Well, I mean, he did switch his character, which I totally just totally didn't recognize until right
yeah.
now. I'm like, wait a minute, this is the armor team. What I'm
That's
looking
right.
at.
That's right. Of course.
I was totally just ignoring that aspect of it. Yeah, that's definitely not Armor King.
Yeah. Well, this pick is working out so far.
We'll see how it goes though. The armor king. I feel like the armor king wasn't the issue. So, but maybe JD's just more comfortable with the Dragunov right now. We'll see.
Yeah.
Looking good here, but the counter hit down 4 again. What the?
That was weird. Okay.
Dragunov just had to go look at the carpets real quick. Just turned around. The middle of a fight.
Wow, JDCR, how are you still alive? Oh my, this is the most patient player in the world.
Oh no!
What, Joe? How are you still alive? What? Oh my god! How did JDCR? I mean, even though he lost that round, what the heck?
Oh, you know, I don't want to be the stickler here, but JDCR did have some low parry opportunities in there. It's tough.
Yeah.
But you can't low parry that down 3-1. The second hit of it on block. It's tough to do, but if you can call him out, you can do it. But he was willing to block there. Unfortunately, that ended up costing him because he wasn't able to retaliate.
Oh man. Kind of at the wall right now, under pressure, but he has a huge life lead. Oh,
Nice.
perfect side step.
Yeah, he is hit.
Man.
Good punish too. His ability just to step and down forward to big moves at the right time is so crucial. Like right that, like
Yes.
that. That was a down 2. That's just a generic kind of, you know, like a poke.
Yeah.
You don't think you're gonna get punished for it like that.
It's
JDCR
crazy.
can make you
side step launch. Yeah.
like he makes you scared to throw out a poke. That's scary.
Yeah. I mean, when your trademark is sidestep launch, I mean, that's scary, right? To do anything.
Mm-hmm.
All right, keeping him at the wall. Cannot escape. Okay. JDCR. Make some space. This is a small stage. Ooh. Breaks the grab and he has Ray. He can do race drive.
Oh, and yes, he
and
does.
gets him. Yes.
KO.
I mean,
Nice.
those rage drive combos always scare me. I always feel like because they have to bounce again. It's like they're gonna drop this combo. Every time I always think that. There it
Okay,
is.
the
That's
low
what I was
parry that you were
about.
talking about. Yep.
Yep.
Finally, he's listening to you.
I think he knew that in those situations, like you know it, and you're just like, oh, you're not thinking about it because you just can't worried about blocking.
Ooh. JDCR, Loyal just living at the wall right now. Finally getting a little bit of breathing room.
Wow.
Right. So dangerous right now. JDCR trying to get out. Loyal says no.
The ability for JD just to have his back to the wall and not be scared. Oh, but that jump in.
Oh, the jump! Oh my god,
the
it just
one jump in.
on the down forward. This is the game-changing aspect of 2D characters, right? The down four suddenly can be beat by that jump in to all your health. So yeah, that was perfect from
And
Loyal.
the thing is, like Geese's jump is not even that good either. So it's like you expect it less out of Geese players. So when they throw it out like that, it's shocking. It's like, ooh, what a
They
duck
call
and
out.
launch from JD.
Yeah, JDCR needs to win this to go into the third game. So, oh, okay, gets that punish? Okay, gets the punish here.
That's a big match for both players, right? They're both up 1-0. So
Yeah, look at this
winning the
stance
second
right now.
guarantee them basically into the top 4.
Yeah.
Patience.
Yeah,
I
so
can't
much
stand it. It's
Yeah,
so
these
hard
two
to
players-
deal with.
Yeah, 10 seconds left. Oh, JDCR needs this. Oh,
He pressed the button. What? That wasn't a combo.
oh,
He doesn't have enough
burns the
time.
ring. Oh no, no, he has not enough
No.
time. He was Moyo
You win.
killing the time with that string.
Stay
It doesn't
down.
matter even if you defend against it. The time is up.
Yeah. He's done that so many times where he's utilized the fact that Geese has long attack strings where it's like, if I can get them down to 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, I'll make them block for as long as I need to ensure that I win,
Yeah.
as long as I have the life lead. And he did a few things there, right? The EX, I don't know what the Rashomon or whatever it's called. So many
Yeah.
things he did there that just kept JD blocking when JD, JD's a very patient player. He wants to play maybe at the 5 seconds, at the 4 seconds. But when he has to block for 5 of those seconds, he has no time to attack now. And that's a huge game there because now that means Meo's 2-0, #1 in this pool A. So I don't know the math, but I think it's pretty good that he makes it out into the top 4. But we still have 3 more games to go, so find out.
Yeah, and that's interesting, the time management component, like whenever you're running out of time, like that. I mean, that is a crucial part of the game. I mean, these arcade games with limited seconds, and basically that was like the second time that he used time to his advantage. And if you have a matchup where both players are extremely patient and are willing to run down the clock like that, you got to have that strategy at the end game when you're running out of time. And it seems that Meo-IL came out on the winning end there in that respect.
Still got Breadman versus Carol here. This is going to be a big match for these players as well because both of them have lost their first game. So a loss here is pretty much going to set it, right? I think that means that you're probably not going to make the top 4. So it's a big match for both players here. And, you got the Leroy versus Akuma matchup. Not one that I could sound familiar with. So I'm excited to see how this goes because it doesn't seem to be... I don't know if Akuma does win this match, but this is coming from someone that is only imagining it. I haven't experienced it, so we'll see.
Yeah, we'll definitely see. These are 2 of the strongest players in their respective characters in Korea, so it should be an interesting match. It's kind of, you have Breadman playing Leroy, which I remember like back when they were talking, these characters came out, like, oh, these characters are so strong, and we were talking about how strong Akuma was, but people pointed out that Leroy and Fakumram are kind of strong, but at least in like a Tekken way of strong. And if you look at like a character like Leroy, he has familiar Tekken things like orbitals and stance shenanigans, and he's got the parries and the hell sweeps and all that. And then versus Akuma, who just kind of turns the rules upside down. So this should be kind of an interesting match.
Breadman did get the home stage advantage, I guess, because he's going to get his cool song at the final round here, the Dragon's Nest.
Oh man, the rain.
What are you fighting for?
Oh, it's raining now. It's not raining now. That made no sense. Come on. All right.
Round 1.
Round 1.
Fight.
He just stuffed that forward 3. Trade in Carol's favor. Yeah,
that back two is actually kind of nice in terms of actually evading high moves sometimes.
Yeah. Ooh, get up so I can finish my combo.
And again.
Hard Tatsu. Again. Oh, right.
Something I've noticed the Pakistani Akuma players do is in that situation, they'll try to step a little bit off axis to try to get that Tatsu to kind of do that re-wall splat thing. Like, they kind of force it to happen.
Yeah, it does. So, you can get a lot of damage from that loop.
Yeah.
Ooh. It's the ground punches. Overhead again.
I think Breadman's getting pretty aggressive here in this match.
Yeah,
it's kind of ballsy, I want to say, just because Akuma's one of those characters you make a wrong mistake there, jumping's gonna take a lot of damage out. But
but it looks like Breadman. Yeah, Breadman's definitely not scared. This is completely different from last match. This is a slugfest. Look at this meter dump. How much damage it's gonna do? How much wall carry?
He maxed damage that combo. That was incredible.
1-2 with punish there. Oh,
nice. Got the jab though.
With that back two. Oh, and he gets the splat. And this is gonna finish it out for that round.
Round 4.
Yeah, something Carol's doing. Carol's swinging a lot in that mid range, and I think Breadman is swinging back. He's willing to challenge in those situations. So and it's been paying off for him.
We got the music. Ooh. Oh, sweep. We got the sweeps. Yeah. Oh,
nice,
what a whip punish here. Perfectly executed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the
players
wall.
are so proud.
Oh, and he gets the pick up. Nice. Fancy Akuma stuff to OP. Oh, he gets some low
you don't back roll
that
that pickup's guaranteed. Nice.
Oh,
And
and
to close it out.
yeah,
Final round. Fight.
tied up in rounds here.
One here. This is,
Yep.
this has been, yeah, you said it best, slugfest.
Yeah, it's a violent match for sure. No Ken. Oh, just an empty demon flip. Oh, and the orbital
Got him
catches.
with the orbital. That's not good.
Yeah.
Nice.
What's he gonna do on
Nice
wake up?
combo from Breadman.
Oh, nice clutch block there.
Yeah, I needed that
oh,
too.
sweep. Okay, sweep again. Do it again. No, back two. He was too scared.
Got rage. Not much you can do with rage here with your Akuma unless you got a mix up.
Oh,
Oh, no, that's not
he
gonna
called
do
it.
it.
No,
No, but he
just
sidestepped,
survived.
so
Yeah, he sidestepped.
and he couldn't punish.
Yeah, he's crazy. Is he gonna sweep? Oh, he went for a back two and got stuck. Basically, yeah. When I said is he gonna go for a sweep, and I guess that was the obvious choice, and he went back to catch sidestep or crouch, and but no, he just down forward one mid, stuff all those attacks. He's been stuffing Karo.
Fun.
Yeah.
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 It's been and you know I think because you know at the beginning right you saw Karo actually stuff Breadman with the back too, and I think that kind of started everything where they're both one like they're just like you want to go? Let's go. You know they just went swinging in that mid range, you know, going for counter hits.
Yeah.
Like they just said, all right,
Yeah.
let's do this right now, you know. But
Yeah, and
dude,
this is
I
yeah.
forget. I'll go ahead.
Yeah, so I mean, this is the thing about like when you play against Akumas, you want to be stepping. Stepping beats a lot of Akuma's options. His stuff is very linear. Running 3 just gets demolished by stepping forward 3. Demon flip, with a step block will cover so many options. Just stepping in general, and that's what the sweep is for Akuma. But you got to mix that up because if someone blocks a sweep, then Akuma is screwed. So the back two kind of like replaces that, right? It catches the options that somebody trying to look for sweep is trying to get, right? So I think that's what we saw. And we'll see the adjustments here. Breadman, is he gonna step left or step less, or is he gonna somehow adjust to it? See.
But the nice thing about the back two is that got buffed. There wasn't a homing move when it first came out, so the fact that it's a homing move now as a counter hit launcher is such a nice addition for Akuma.
Oh
but
wow,
still,
okay.
The hard thing about it is that it's still not the best ranged move. So it's like, when you're in the range to do back two, you're probably in range to do down 3. So it's like as an Akuma player, you're almost
down
thinking, look at that again. They both challenged in that mid range, and Breadman won.
Yeah. And look at this, over 50% from that.
Yeah,
Sweeping his way out of there.
50%.
Overhead, yeah. Ooh, just air fireball. Look at this, is so violent. He's just calling, trying to. Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Breadman looking so good. Yeah.
And I'll say it again. This is the opposite of the Meo-IL versus JDCR match. This is the polar opposite.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, sometimes Akuma, if you play Akuma like that, and the thing is, Kuro is definitely not the super aggressive, scrambly Akuma. He seems to be very, very patient and very calculated with it, but Breadman brings it out of him, I guess.
Definitely. Now both Jiking and Judy taking each other out. Oh, here's a hell sweep.
Nice. That was a great choice too for Breadman because he saw the focus attack.
Ooh, just poking him low.
Again.
Oh, wow. And Breadman just so dominant there. Winning in neutral.
Not scared.
Yeah, Karo can't get in. Oh, just dash up to overhead.
The armor move.
Yeah, Karo kind of looking for that moment. Oh, he just stops that. Oh, here we go. And this is the moment that he wants. A micro sidestep here. Oh, man. Some optimization. Oh, blocks the low.
Breadman didn't tech there, so he got damaged a little bit, but Breadman took that. Now look at the positioning is so much better for him.
Yeah. Nobody wanting to commit right now. Oh, here
a
comes
little
the
lead
stick.
here. Breadman using the cane. He was always, I feel like he always uses it at the second or third round. Never the first, and never the last.
Yeah. It's a good move. Oh, okay. Jumped in with a train, but no! Oh, it's gonna be scaled, but is it?
that was good though, because 10 seconds. Look at that.
Yeah.
This time. Oh.
But still, in the life lead. Oh, he tried for a health sweep there. Yeah. Jump beats any low like that.
I mean, and for Breadman, he probably was doing it not expecting Kero to do a jumping, because he hasn't been, jumping in like that. He hasn't shown it. So Kero, utilizing the Akuma trick rarely, but he does it when he needs it. Oh, drop the combo. FADC, though. That's crucial.
Yeah. This is the thing about Akuma. He can punish things that most Tekken characters can't punish with that down 2 conversion.
Oh, got the down 1-2 counter hit though.
Yep.
Oh, this is combo, but
yeah, Kero's been dropping some crucial combos. He won that round, tying it up.
Sometimes those drop combos can lead you to scrambles that help you out, but you don't want you obviously don't put yourself in that situation on purpose.
Yeah.
I think as a cool player though, you learn where your combo drops normally, and then you learn how to save it on the fly.
Yeah. Breadman with a huge life lead right now. Oh,
nice step into the back too. Yes.
And this is
perfect.
And this is why you step against Akumas. Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of anticipated a little bit of just a little bit of kind of like frustration or maybe even like hesitation from Kero, right? Saw the jump, sidestep, got to the back, got the wall spot and everything. So great defense there from Breadman. Kero not looking too good now, down 0-2 in the pools. He's gonna have one more game in him, but the records right now, I think it's gonna be kind of interesting. It's gonna be a little nutty, I guess.
Yeah. So I've noticed there's kind of an evolution of Akuma play in Tekken, right? Obviously, there's been the buffs and nerfs and such, but it's you've definitely seen the way Akuma players, they have to change the way they play, especially with the nerfs this time around. And Kero definitely not in the air as much. And like you said, he's down 0-2, Meo-IL up 2-0, Breadman 1-1, JDCR 1-1. So for Breadman and JDCR, they're gonna have to win. And Kero, I don't know if you're 0-2 in that situation. Is that it, or is there like?
I think all you can do right now is be the spoiler. I think.
Okay.
And you know what? Sometimes that position is not so bad, right? Sometimes people can play a little bit better. Once it's like, well, I'm out. It's like there's nothing left, but I have to play this game. So you know what? Sometimes you might just be the beast, right? You just let everything go and not overthink it, and then you just play so much more comfortably. But other than that, I just think that it's a tough draw, obviously for Kero, but I mean it's a tough draw for everybody in this.
Oh yeah, and yeah, like you said, I think being the spoiler, you kind of with this format, some matches, not all matches are like super high stakes, as it is in double elimination, where like every single moment counts, and so yeah, being the spoiler, he'll definitely there will be less pressure, right? And it'll be interesting to see how he plays, but yeah, that's an Akuma player down. So I guess what matches we have a Kero versus Meo-IL next, but before that, I think we have some social media for you guys to check out. Make sure to check out Twitter, BNE Esports. There's a YouTube channel, the same name, at Tekken on Twitter, Tekken on Twitch, which you're probably watching right now, and on Facebook even. Make sure to follow those channels to get the latest news on these tournaments and events.
So I think we heard we're gonna have Kero versus Meo-IL next, but that will be after this short break. We're gonna be right back. We're gonna take a little break here, but when we come back, we'll be back with more good ass Tekken from Pool A. So don't go anywhere.
Who is Ogre? Ogre is the boss from Tekken 3.
Yes, he was his, you know, like a lot of characters have the subtitles. Paul, hot-blooded American. Lee, silver-haired demon. Ogre's was the god of fighting.
So tell me a little bit more. I know you know more about this Ogre character than I do. All I know is I think that Ogre killed Jun Kazama, and I'm still mad about it. I'm honestly, I mean, I know Harada gave us the she's just missing, but until I see the body, man, this dude definitely killed her. I mean,
there was an excavation site in Central America, and according to the stuff that was on the wall there, Heihachi's team was excavating, and they found out like, hey, the god of fighting rests here. And it was interesting because this character, once he was unleashed, he started hunting different characters in the Tekken world. And you can see that he has borrowed techniques from different characters. He had some of Anna's moves, he had some of Armor King's moves, he had some of Baek's moves, right? The battle with Ogre took the lives of some. Jun Kazama went missing after her encounter with Ogre, right? And that's one of the things that we see kind of like in the intro for some of the games. He battled it out with every other character. I don't know which characters he's killed or if he's killed any, but obviously he overwhelmed a lot of them and kind of absorbed their skill. And Heihachi was after that power. Because he couldn't get the devil gene and couldn't control the devil gene, his goal was to get the power of Ogre. And you could see in Yoshimitsu's ending, I think it was, where he was able to obtain a vial of Ogre's blood, and Dr. Boskanovich was even experimenting with it. They put it into a rat, and that rat grew to insane size.
I remember that.
That's just like a snippet of what that power is from Ogre. But Ogre, again, a deity or a god of power, of fighting, I think one of the most badass characters that we've ever seen. Personally, my favorite, outside of like my characters that I like, my favorite character to use, I always thought, at least in Tekken Tag and Tekken 3, that Ogre 1 and True Ogre, so powerful and so fun to play. I'm one of those guys. I like really broken stuff, but man, actually that's the first really, aside from maybe Kazuya to Devil in Tekken 2, the first real transformation character that we've seen. Because Kazuya and Devil were kind of like the same size and scale, but seeing the first iteration of Ogre transform into True Ogre in Tekken 3 when you get to the final round, that was crazy. That was insane to me.
That was actually pretty sick. He gets the horns, he gets the flame,
Yeah.
gets the snake arm.
Yes.
Yeah, the unblockable snake arm,
That
bro.
was crazy.
Yeah, no, that's definitely true. Yeah, Ogre is definitely one of my favorite, like, just bosses in general, especially with like a little bit of the story you just told me just now, and just how it rounds up. Because I feel like Tekken does a really good job of making sure the characters stay within that realm.
I learned so much there about Ogre I didn't know. But I knew that he jacked a bunch of moves from all these dead Tekken characters.
How does Barkman know all this lore? He needs to start a Tekken lore YouTube channel. I would definitely subscribe. It's crazy how much he knows.
Hey,
Like, I did not know
welcome
that.
back, everyone. Tekken Online Challenge 2021. I'm Ricksta, here with Gerald from Corey Gaming, and we're here doing the Korea Online Challenge Finals. And you just saw there, we saw all this Ogre madness from the lore, but I mean, we got lore that we're building right now in terms of the Korean Tekken scene. But first, let's shout out our official headset and mix app of the Tekken Online Challenge, Astro. So shout out to Astro, always supporting the Tekken scene. So much love to them. And yeah, we also got some more shirts that we got to show off.
Yeah, and you know, make sure to get your good ass Tekken shirts. They are limited stock. You have to be there when they're there, and don't forget there's like cute ass Tekken shirts as well, which are pretty sick. And I'm wearing the have a Xiaoyu. I don't know, you can't see it right now, but yeah, here we go. You got these good ass Tekken shirts. You got different kinds of characters. You know, get your main if they have it. Got mine, so yeah, make sure to check those out.
Can't get my main yet. Damn. Who do I have to bribe? Who do I have to bribe to put Ganryu on a t-shirt?
I don't know. Did they have to Ganryu? I have to check.
No,
but,
I mean, you can't put Ganryu on anything but a cute-ass Tekken shirt. That's all he is. But
yeah.
you can see here, we got the finals pools results going on right now. The next match, I believe, we're going to have the 2-0 Meo-IL versus the 0-2 Kero. So that's going to not really have such an impact on the final results, but it could. I have no idea. It might mess up seeding. I don't know. I'm not smart enough to figure that out. But what I do know is that This will be a 2D matchup that everyone in the Tekken community enjoys.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and you know, this is Kero, one of those players that you know, kind of made a name for himself more recently in Korea as the strongest Akuma player in Korea, but definitely paying respects to Super Akuma, which is a pioneer with the Akuma character. But yeah, even using the same controller and yeah, Kero has had some crazy highlight reels as well. Like there's if you go on his Twitter, there's been some crazy stuff some stuff off the wall and combo extensions, and it's just fun to watch high level Akumas like that. And of course Meo-IL playing another 2D character in Geese. This guy beats like top players. Like he can beat any player, and we
saw it earlier. He beat JDCR.
Yeah, and he's been beating these top players like Ni and JDCR in in Korean tournaments, and you know, maybe you guys haven't followed all those tournaments, but Meo-IL definitely has been you know, one of the best players in Korea, especially now, and his Geese is just insane. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see how he fares against another 2D character in Kero.
It was funny that you said that, right? About, you know, how he beat all these top players, right? You remember when Saint put him in the JDCR's pool, and he said, "I think he's gonna beat JDCR, and that's gonna help me." You know, so he was Phil Jackson. He was the coach. He said he put in the matchup. He's like, "Shaq, go dominate," and that's what he did.
And it looks like we are going right into the match. We're gonna have an Akuma versus Geese matchup. I highly doubt we get anything else. Yeah, you got this.
Yeah, I think at this point it's almost like a pride. It's a pride thing. Who's the better team?
Yeah. And Meo-IL on Kwangdong Freaks, the team. These are updated teams. We have a lot of updated teams for this tournament. All right, here's a nice view of the stage again. It's so calming and soothing. I don't know, just this destruction is. Yeah.
As an Akuma player from the past, I've always liked this matchup.
Yeah.
Versus Geese, but recently it's definitely gone downhill. I think this matchup is a very, very interesting matchup to see.
Ooh.
That was a big whiff from Meo-IL, but
yeah.
I'm not punishing him.
Oh, and Kero just backing away. Meo-IL just aggressively pushing in.
Wow.
Already at the wall, yeah. Oh, and a wall splat. He's not going to be able to get anything started.
Yeah. Oh, and you see the jumps?
Yeah.
The jump feels like it always comes at a last second. And the jumping...
What? That was
the
the
jumping
most 2D
three.
thing I've ever seen in my life.
Air to air, jumping three.
What game are we playing?
Oh, the kill? That was sick.
Yeah. Oh,
sometimes your best anti-air is air to air.
Yeah. Didn't think in Tekken you see that so often, but oh.
Good jumping jab this time.
Yeah. This is 2D versus 2D. I guess we're gonna see that.
Geese.
4-3. Yeah. Very carefully placed 4-3. Doesn't want to get sidestepped. Oh, is ducked and punished there on the miss input.
Yeah, a lot of low mistakes here, but nice.
Oh man. And that's what happens when you jump and they sidestep. If you're an Akuma player.
Yeah, I think Kero's kind of getting you know, falling into the same kind of traps. Every player he's played against so far has been on their bike, moving, sidestepping a ton. So his main offensive tools like that, just right there, got whiffed because they're moving around.
Yeah.
And it's not like he's not trying to, you know, but he has to use some, like back two and all these other moves, but he can't just keep using those moves, you know.
Oh,
there
good counter hit here. Okay, here we go.
4-4 is a good homing move, and it's a counter hit launcher. So back turn. Get away from the wall.
And Meo-IL's pressure at the wall we've seen is insane.
Yeah.
Oh, with the jab. Yeah, that's all he needed.
Round 4.
One jab.
Put himself on the board.
No, and Akuma, you know, he did get a buff in his jab range a couple, you know, seasons ago, maybe. But definitely, it feels nicer to have a jab that actually extends pretty far.
Yeah. Ooh, and a wall break
This
here,
is
big
a ton
combo.
of damage.
Yeah. Can we get the second wall?
Yes, it is. No, no
And
problem.
there goes his life.
You could have taken it to the other stage if you wanted.
it's gonna
Take it
be-
to
yeah.
Twilight Conflict 1.
Yeah. Oh man, and just perfectly punishes that heavy Tatsu, and yeah, takes the first game here. Yeah, this is looking all Geese, all Meo right now. So yeah, I'm not sure what Karo would need to do. I just feel like his options have just been shut out. Right? That's
Yeah.
kind of what it looks like. It's just like, you know, whenever you finally do that jump, you're not even jumping that much, and then you finally do that jump, and they punish it perfectly. You're just like, oh, okay, well, there goes that option, like forever, in your mind, right? And yes, Karo's just gonna have to try to find a way to get in somehow. And yeah, it's kind of hard to say what that is at this moment.
Yeah, I mean, that's the tough part about playing Akuma, because, you know, sometimes your best gap closing moves are also very linear, which is, you know, obviously the you know, risk reward of it all. But when it is clear that sidestepping has been, you know, damaging you for so long in this entire, you know, sets of days, right, today, and it's not even for, like, he's not using homing attacks, he's been using back two like crazy. You know, he's been trying to get these people to stop stepping. So it's just been just a rough draw of things. I feel like, you know, if I'm Karo, I might just think about just like, I don't know, holding up forward a couple times. I don't know. I really don't know what the answer is, because as a former Akuma player, I'm struggling to help him right now because it's tough. It's real tough.
Yeah. I remember Super Akuma saying to get people to stop sidestepping, like, he sweeps a lot, and you see him, like, a player like Super Akuma just like sweeping almost like it's too much. Like, you're like, oh, I don't know if you can get away with that many times. But it seems like it's very important for him to establish that.
It's actually one of the better strats, honestly. Because I remember watching other Akuma players, and I'm thinking, oh, they sweep way too much, right? But I'm watching them be successful, and then at a certain point, I realize that that's all I have.
Oh,
and sometimes it feels like that's all you have. Sometimes is just a sweep.
Yeah, and so we'll see if Karo tries to bring that out a little bit more, or decides to keep it safer.
Wow.
Wall flat.
Oh, that was so unfortunate. Karo, so he canceled it into red fireball, which is supposed to be safe on block, but it is interruptible. You know, he threw an attack in the end.
Wow, styling, jab, and then jumping light. What?
Hell yeah! I'm jacking these combos for all my Tekken characters. I don't care. I'm ending every combo with a jumping jab.
Will that connect though?
I'll make it. I don't know. I've managed them combos.
Oh. Yeah, just a light DP there. It's blocked and punished. Not sure what he was trying there. Overhead. Yeah.
Karo did choose the stage too, but it's pretty risky. Oh, it's big. He might be able to kill.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ah, the nerves must be getting to him, missing those combos.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you see the jump back?
Back
kick.
At the round ender. Trying some fuzzy guard shit or something.
Yeah, maybe instant overheads.
Yeah, instant overheads now. Who knows? But yeah, definitely Karo's not sweeping. Like, yeah, he just took that out of his vocabulary.
It's tough.
Oh, there we go. Down forward 1-2 punish.
He's getting a lot of mids to him. That's the thing. I think he doesn't need the sweep necessarily, but it's just these execution errors have been costing him.
Yeah.
He's had some opportunities, but the drop combos have been already there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not the punish, but he can die for it. But he's down. He's down to his last bit of health here.
Oh, there we go. There's sweep. Oh, and wow. Jab, and then,
raging storm.
Wow, that's a message at that point. It's like, you know, when you call someone out, you call jumps out against Akuma with jabs like that, right? And it's like, you know, you're saying, I've done this so many times, like, I'm just gonna style now because, you know, you can't jump on me. And yeah, that's how you shut off those options. And I feel like, I feel like Karo, he did one sweep that entire time, and and yeah, I think he was just afraid to do it, and yeah, if Akuma doesn't have a sweep, then yeah.
If
I don't blame him.
Yeah, the way Kero played, it almost felt like everyone knew what he was about to do. Like it just felt like he kind of wanted to play not as aggressively as maybe he would like to, but it's tough. And even at the end there, right, where he got jabbed out of his jump in, he did jumping Tatsu. I saw it. And jumping Tatsu actually is the counter to stepping his jump-ins, right? So he was already planning on countering a step, but he wasn't anticipating the jab to just stuff him out of the jump. So a lot of just, small adjustments here, but it's like one adjustment too late, It's so unfortunate. So I think that's going to be it for his tournament today, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, but it is a stacked tournament. I mean, these are, all the players that Kero played are super strong, and yeah, right now, JDCR is 1-1, and Breadman.
So is Breadman.
So I think
this might be
3-0. You're
big
guaranteed.
one.
Yeah, the big one. Yes.
This is the big one, right? So the winner of this is gonna for sure make it into the top 4. Probably will be the loser side, and then Meo-IL is on the winner's side. So
yeah,
we already see one of the players in the top 4, but we're gonna see either JDCR or Breadman make it in. This matchup's gonna be interesting. Probably gonna be Leroy from Breadman. I'm curious to see what character JDCR is gonna be playing today. The Armor King didn't work, and the Dragunov, did okay, but in this matchup, we'll see.
Yeah, this is kind of a high stakes match. We were talking earlier about these the round robin formats, and yeah, the previous match we had kind of a spoiler match where where Kero had an opportunity to maybe kind of shake up the results or something, but to no avail. But now this match that we're having right now, this is a pretty high stakes match. This is to advance potentially to the double elimination portion of the tournament, and yeah, we'll be interesting to see what comes about.
Definitely just more interested. I'm very interested to see what character JDCR is going to rock here, the Dragunov or the Armor King, or does he have a surprise for us? Nah, JDCR is not surprising.
Yeah, don't goad him to play Heihachi. Just don't ever do that.
I've already I've deleted Heihachi from JDCR's main character list in my brain. In my mind, he's never played Heihachi in his life. He's never been a Heihachi main, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh man! All right. Well, you might think that too, but we'll see. He might surprise us. Leroy.
Don't let the crowd chant it, or else he might get influenced.
Yeah. All right. I have a feeling these players are gonna play a bit slower, but I don't know. Looking like they're kind of going for it. Oh, he gets the first counter hit from the crotch punch.
Yeah, for JDCR though, Breadman was going for his own counter hit, back 1+2, so that was a pretty risky opportunity there for both players. JD, wow, immediately uses the king.
Yep.
I mean, that's not that bad, right? I think using it when you have rage is a good option there, but
yeah,
fortunately,
I don't think he's hit that this entire time.
Yeah, that's true, huh? He hasn't hit it. It's always been on block.
Yeah. Oh man, clothesline. Ugh. All right, Hellsweep's coming out. Oh, backing away, respecting JDCR here. Oh, walk on that.
Wow. Okay, these two might have played a little bit because I don't know. There's a lot of. There's definitely some advanced steps going on that I haven't been aware of. Oh. Nice try. Wow. Breadman tried stepping, but JD actually dashed up before doing that kick to ensure that he was going to trap.
Yeah. Oh, and again, counter. Big damage going to the wall. Ooh,
that damage. Breadman in the
very behind
tight right spot. Yeah, we thought this was going to be slow, but JD's playing extremely aggressive.
Yeah. Like you said,
he wants to be
like
he wants to be someone he respects.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Yeah. And that was perfectly executed with the hop kick, duck punish, and JDCR on point. That was so dominant. Just no round brown.
And it's
3 straight.
The defense from JD was on point too. Like there was situations where Breadman even anticipated, JDCR's defense doing one thing. So he had countered it already, right? He had done down 3, didn't do anything, didn't finish string, went into parry, and then JD just played it smooth. Like he blocked the lows, noticed no high, waited, saw the parry, just chilled, right? That situation right there was like already too advanced for my brain. So they're already like thinking over the top in this matchup. And if you're Breadman right now, down 3-0 that fast, and you know, that's rough. Like you might have some other characters, you might have another stage, I don't know, but this is gonna be a tough one.
Yeah, we'll see. This is one of those things we might see. Maybe Breadman might change characters.
Yeah,
Breadman does play multiple characters, and yeah,
he does have a Claudio.
Strong character. He does have a Claudio, like you said. Yeah, I've seen him play Noctis as well. So he does have some characters. We might see a character switch. That was pretty dominant, but no, he's sticking with Leroy, right? But choosing to go to Jungle Outpost this time, which is like a really small stage at the beginning.
Yeah, both levels are actually very, very small. But you have the wall at the bottom floor that expands the bottom floor a ton. It makes it very big, but you know you have to break that wall first. Before that, there's 2 walls to be broken before you get to that big stage. So,
wow, that wave was so threatening, and looking like
and that was
WrestleMania.
Crazy. Nice, got the counter hit though.
Yeah.
Almost missed the wall, but he thought he was gonna get the wall too. He went into stance to try to get the wall. Not the punish.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Breadman not letting
coming back here.
JD breathe. Just mashing on him. Dude, that is crazy. Blocking a down 3 and the JD not punishing because he's not seeing the high whiff above him is pretty insane. Because most people are already trying to punish that down 3 too.
Oh, breaks Shining Wizard. Breadman's still aware. Oh, and there's that counter hit again.
Combo 2. Oh, wow. Gets up into the forward 4.
Fight.
Yeah, this match is definitely faster, and it's kind of poke heavy right now, but it's like fast poke heavy. There's a stick, still 0 for 10 or something at this point.
Nice.
We're gonna go downstairs, it looks like. Oh, goes for the carry.
Would that have hit the wall? If he had done a combo after that, would have been a little upset.
Yeah, that would have been weird. Weird looking. It's like a little tap,
almost hit
tap, and he flies.
Yeah, he just flew, almost hit the wall. Perfect wall splat. Oh, the counter! I like that from Breadman, but
yeah, the follow up there. Yep. 10 seconds, but JDCR huge deficit, but let's keep it safe.
Round
Going with
Kept it
mids.
very simple.
Fight.
Quick mids there to end up the round. Breadman now 1 round away from tying it up.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice step punish here. And are we gonna get that stage extension?
Stage here.
Oh, this parry. Oh. Yeah, Breadman just relentless. He just poke. Whenever he gets a chance.
Yeah, he doesn't want to let JDCR breathe. I think because he recognized as soon as JDCR gets a little bit of movement, he's just trying to step everything, right? So
yeah,
Breadman's willing to keep him in his face to not be able to move.
Yeah.
Nice step into the deck. Oh, he's dead.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Yeah, Tekken will not save him there.
Clutch.
Final round. Fight.
That was a clutch though there, Breadman not prepared for it.
Oh,
Nice punish.
yeah.
Stupid.
JDCR
But
has been doing that a lot.
I think that is the punish. I don't know if Leroy can punish that because I think that low is, I want to say 14. I don't think Breadman's lost 92 is fast enough.
Ooh. That did so much damage. Well, JDCR just needs a couple more hits. Got one there. Hell sweep. Breadman.
Breadman, he's got the position. He needs to keep this position. Oh,
yeah.
Nice attempt.
Yeah, I thought he might be going. Yeah.
He
I thought he might
go
go for a bunch of hell sweeps there. Like, you know, when you do like a hell sweep twice like that, it's like or is he just going to do that like the rest of my health bar? And he didn't. He went for orbital that third time. So I was.
It's that way of play is so hard to do. It's like, all right, I did 1, 2, or 3 like of these really punishable moves, right? It's like I'm gonna do 3 of them in a row, 4 of them. Like when do you start to feel like your opponent is gonna be like, all right, that's enough, right? It's scary to play like that, and especially in tournament.
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess right here we got we're still in Pool A. I think we're.
I think we're finished.
We're
done.
We're done. Okay, that was Pool A. Okay, great. So we've got the we got the results. It looks like Meo-IL and JDCR will be advancing to the double elimination bracket to compete for the